Hey, shoot, man. I don't even know where to start with this, man. Breaking news. You see the thumbnail. Kevin Durant just got traded to the Phoenix Suns. I'm so excited about this trade, man. I kind of had a feeling that there's no way Kevin Durant was going to be okay with how they treated Kyrie Irving, and then trading him with seemingly like he didn't even know it was gonna go down when it happened, man. So I was like, there's no way he gonna let them do that, and I'm pretty sure he might have on the low told them he wanted out of there. So the trade was Kevin Durant and TJ Warren coming from Brooklyn going to Phoenix, and Phoenix didn't give up none of their star players, no CP3, no Devin Booker, no DeAndre Ayton, but they did give up their best role players, Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges, and Cam Johnson. That's a lot of shooting. Like they all knocked down a three, and they all play good defense. Like Jay Crowder and Mikal Bridges was their best defenders, right? So that's not no small thing. So you have almost a super team, not quite. If CP3 was in his prime, I would equate that to having three superstars, which is my definition of super team, but they fall short of it. But they're close to a super team. You know, he left Brooklyn and had a big three there, and it seemed like he goes to Phoenix and got a big three again. Uh, before I let you respond, I'm gonna say one thing, right? One, Kevin Durant's funny as heck. Everybody's gonna be mad tomorrow, right? Him and Kyrie both went to the West to contenders, right? And all the LA fans and LeBron fans thought they was doing something with the Rui Archimura and the trade today that they had, like getting rid of Westbrook finally. They thought they was on their way, but the West just I mean it just got unreal with
Crowded.
the Suns. It's unreal. They need a couple of free agents though. They got to replace the defense by losing Bridges and Crowder, and then the shooting by losing Cam. But you got KD though, so that's a crazy. And you kept Aiton. That is unreal. You got the perimeter and the inside. That's unreal, right? Also, Kevin Durant's funny. They're going to be mad at him tomorrow on ESPN. They're going to say he did another weak move. Who cares? Because this is the funny thing about it. They said Kevin Durant going to Golden State was a weak move, the weakest move by a superstar. That's what Stephen A. Smith said, and everybody on ESPN agreed with him. Then they turn around and when he left Golden State, okay, look, you said I did a weak move by going to Golden State. It was too easy for me. I leave, start my own team, and then they said that was the dumbest move by a superstar to leave Golden State and Steph Curry for Kyrie Irving. So you mean to tell me it was dumb for me to join the Warriors, and it's also dumb for me to leave the Warriors to try to prove to y'all that I didn't need the Warriors, right? Okay, well, cool. Guess what? I'm going to Phoenix. so, 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 so that's number two. Then number three, the Brooklyn Nets got the dumbest front office in the league. They just had a 18-2 record in the last 20 games before Kevin Durant got hurt. Kyrie Irving was playing lights out. KD was playing lights out. And then Kyrie was still playing lights out while KD was out. Man, you was getting KD back after the All-Star break. You just had to relax. And instead, they wanted to play these little games with Kyrie about giving him a max extension for whatever reason. I don't know. I mean, I guess they just don't like him like that, right? So maybe just didn't want him. But you lose out on an opportunity, and you lose three superstars in 2 years. How dumb you have to be as a front office, right? If Sean Marks still have a job after this summer, I don't know what's going on. Like you chose Sean Marks over KD, Kyrie, and Harden. Like it's just unreal, right? So the dumbest owner, the dumbest GM, or maybe the owner had a deal with Kevin Durant when he came back this summer, and maybe he told him if we don't keep Kyrie and we don't extend him, then we'll go ahead and trade you. Like, cause remember he had to request this summer, and then he changed his mind and came back. Maybe when he had that meeting with Josiah, he was like, "Look, give it one more shot, give it one more try, and if it doesn't work, if it's not working at the beginning, we'll go ahead and fire Steve Nash, and we're going to sign Kyrie if he's doing everything right, and then if that don't happen, then I'll go ahead and give you your trade request." I think that's what happened, but give me your thoughts.
I'm blown away. I seen it and I was like, because it came out of left field. Like I thought that they weren't gonna move because they had just said a couple days ago that they weren't gonna move from Durant. Like there was gonna be.
I don't remember nobody saying that.
I thought I seen something where
What
they said that
what
he
I
was.
remember them saying is what I remember them saying is that they're going to try to convince him to stay by making moves before the deadline to bring in pieces. So maybe Kevin Durant was saying, "All right, y'all got 2 days."
Mm,
Maybe he said y'all got 2 days because Kevin Durant ain't tweeted or talked to nobody or nothing. You know,
nothing.
I seen him on the bench last night in the game, and he was clapping when Cam Thomas was scoring and everybody was scoring. So I was like, okay, maybe you know me, who knows? But I think they had 2 days to show him, look, we'll make a move and we'll bring somebody in here to replace Kyrie. If not, then we'll go ahead and do what we agreed to do this summer. You know, I think that's how it ended up happening. And somebody just reminded me, draft capital as well. There was 4 first round draft picks they sent. Um, um, to Brooklyn as well. So, which Phoenix ain't gonna use anyway. I mean, you already got a superstar in KD with 5 more years left of good basketball, and then you got a superstar in Devin Booker with about 11 years of good basketball left. I mean, he's very young. You know, I mean, he's just a little bit young, older than Luka, right? And then you got Aiton. He's not a superstar, but he can be an all star.
It's crazy what they just built in a matter of a couple of hours because like I forgot until you said it. They didn't get rid of Aiden either. So
No,
they have a true point guard who is a mid-range guy. You have a
Hall of
three-level
Famer.
scorer. You have a three-level scorer in Kevin Durant who can score in the post, mid-range, or from the perimeter. You have Devin Booker, who is I would say a three-level scorer as well because he can get to the
Yeah,
hole.
and,
He
and
does mid-range,
he's just a bigger Kyrie Irving that can defend a little bit better because he's a size. He's a
and
bigger
then
Kyrie Irving, so it's
yep,
no
and
different.
then you got DeAndre Ayton down there in the paint getting boards, you know what I'm saying? So now you don't have to rely on KD size to be a big man. You can now let KD just score. it's it's about to be nasty over
It's
there.
gonna be nasty,
And
and this is supposed to be Denver's year.
and I think I feel like the Lakers felt like they did good with their trade earlier and they thought that they had a chance. But when Kyrie went to the Mavs and they seen how he performed tonight, that chance got a little bit smaller. And then Kevin Durant breaking the internet, the Lakers are not gonna make the playoffs. It's
Bro,
over.
bro, this is insane, man. I'm so glad, man. So
And
I
you know what's
mean,
crazy? The West is still wide open. It's a log
not no
jam
more.
from.
It's not
No, I'm
wide
just
open no
no
more. It's Phoenix is to lose.
no. I'm just saying like as far as the standings go, right? So
Right, right.
Phoenix is not far from I seen a graphic. It was like between seeds 4 and 13 was a 4 game difference.
And they just got Booker back.
Man, it's about to get ugly.
It's about to be uglier than a masterpiece sneaking in this bad boy.
It's about to get nasty.
Uglier than the masterpiece. Let's look at this roster, man, because they're gonna have to do some extra things to replace some of the guys they lost. Man. So good Lord. Phoenix roster. How they got KD. This is ridiculous, man. God. Oh man. It, they they really had to feel like, man, Kevin Durant, the whole time you wasn't the issue, you was professional. You know, we'll just start over. We'll see you where you want to go because apparently Kyrie wanted to go to LA. They didn't send what they wanted to go. So maybe they had that deal with Kevin Durant. Was like, look, man, you haven't been a problem. You know, you've been professional. Everything is good. So we'll send you to Phoenix, and we're not going to take everything away from you from Phoenix. You know, we just want to start over. We want the draft picks. We want to free up our cap room. We tried to do the superstar thing, and it's not working. But it seemed like before they brought in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they like that culture better. They like having the mid players or having a person that's just a little bit above mid, like D'Angelo Russell or something like that. They'd rather have those players and coach them up and like, maybe overachieve and beat somebody in the first round, but that's about it. Right. That's what I think they like that better. So I think they're trying to go back to that. Okay, we'll dump everything. I don't want to pay no more luxury tax. I'm not chasing no championship. Let's just build a culture. But guess what? As long as Joe Tsai and Sean Marks is there, I don't know if you can attract anybody to go there to play for you, especially not no superstar.
No,
There's no way.
it looks like a complete black hole or a death pit over there in Brooklyn because I mean the NBA is a brotherhood. Players are friends with each other and players talk. And so like
Exactly.
I feel like when it comes down to free agency and we're gonna have one of those big summers again here soon where you're gonna have a bunch of superstars up for grabs. And
Yeah,
everybody's gonna remember how Brooklyn treated KD and Kyrie, and nobody's gonna be like,
for sure.
I don't want to go
For
over there.
sure.
It's a circus over there. I don't want to go play for
Yeah,
them.
for sure, man. And people keep saying Harden ran away from them because of Kyrie, man. Now it's starting more and more to look like Kyrie, Harden ran away from that daggone that owner in that front office. That's what it seems like, man. But the Phoenix Suns, they gonna have to win, man, because they paying some. They gonna be paying the luxury tax, man. They got 4 guys that's making over 30 a year. Aiton's making 30. Kevin Durant's making 44. Chris Paul's making 28, so not quite 30, and then Devin Booker's making 33. So
If the
but
experiment works this season, they're gonna restructure some things.
they gonna have to. But they got a good coach, they got a good system over there. They just need to replace them shooters. They already got this roster updated online. This just came out about 25 minutes ago.
So tell me who
So
they
hold
got,
on.
and I
So
got
they
the
still
free
got
agents list
Aiton.
up right now.
They still got Bismarck Biyombo. Of course, Devin Booker. They got Torrey Craig. I like him. He's a poor man's Jay Crowder, right?
Okay.
He kind of gives you a little bit of what Jay Crowder was giving you, some defense, some 3-and-D. You got Kevin Durant, Landale, the 6'11" center, white guy. I like him. He's lively on the round. Damian Lee is a shooter. They're gonna have to rely on, right? They got Damian Lee, he can shoot. Josh Okogie's a good defender. He's probably gonna get more minutes. Chris Paul, campaign, Dario Saric, who I haven't seen in a while. He must be hurt, but he might be
Stay
somebody
hurt.
that might move. He making $9 million. Landry Shamet is a shooter that never quite seemed to be able to shoot when it matters for some reason. He's making about almost 10 million, and then TJ Warren. So I think I would rather try to find somebody else as far as shooters. I wouldn't rely on Landry Shamet to knock down open shooters. I want somebody else for them.
So tell me like what position you think they should fill because I got the free agency list right here of who's all still a free agent.
It'd be perfect for them to get somebody. I wish they would have been able to take Dorian Finney-Smith with them. Because
okay.
because they ain't gonna be able to use all them dudes. They got Jay Crowder at small forward, Dorian Finney-Smith at small forward, Cam Johnson at small forward. They got to make a decision on which one they go play.
Yeah.
They should have let Dorian Finney-Smith go in the trade, and maybe they couldn't because he just got traded. I don't know how long they got to wait before they can trade him again. But maybe they couldn't trade him. I don't know, but I would like for them to pick up a wing like that, somebody that can defend.
So let's see, because I mean we all know Carmelo Anthony is still a free agent.
Yeah, I would love for them to pick up Carmelo. I would love for them to pick up Dwight as well.
They still DeMarcus Cousins is still a free agent too. I like Boogie, and they got Willie Cauley-Stein too.
Yeah. You think they move Ayton before tonight or tomorrow?
No, I think if they would have moved Ayton, it'd have been in this deal. Because who do you trade him for?
I don't know. Somebody want him. I bet he'll do real good in Dallas. That'd be funny if they just trade him to Dallas for some peanuts, right? And then you got a KD, Kyrie, Western Conference Final. They good. Let me get these comments though. Terrell said, "I feel like Denver is going to have hell in the playoffs. Heck, yeah, they go have heck. I mean, if Jokic is still going to, if you look at last year when Denver played Golden State, the formula that Golden State used on defense was putting Draymond Green on Jokic, right? So if Jokic is getting guarded by somebody his size, he has some of advantage because he can step out and shoot the three, right? So it's gonna be tough for a big man to get out there and contest when Jokic is standing at the 3-point line. So he has an advantage there. And then if you take him in the post, he has an advantage there. And then using his ball handling skills and passing skills, he get to make some plays outside the paint. So a big man guarding Jokic caused some problems. So Golden State said, you know what? Instead of putting a big man on him, if you want to do things on the perimeter, you don't want to go in the post, we're gonna put Draymond on you. So what that did is, if you 7 foot and you see somebody 6'7" guarding you, it's only smart basketball to go in the post. So now you take away all of that stuff that Jokic does on the perimeter, and you forcing him to go down low. And then when you go down low, you beat his back end with your elbow like Draymond was doing, and it neutralized Denver, and they beat Denver. Well, I just seen them do the same thing with PJ Tucker when Philly played them and beat them, and Jokic didn't play that well. PJ Tucker did the same exact thing. So let's say this. When they play Denver, if Denver has to see Phoenix, already it's already a wrap. Come on, man. It's Booker and Kevin Durant. They have nothing for them, bro.
This is almost as bad as when it was Steph and KD.
Bro, it's nothing they can do, man. Come on, man. Like, golly.
And don't let both of them get hot in the same game. Good God.
I CP3 right now. CP3, just call Carmelo right now, man, and just make the cipher complete, man. Atlanta Heartless, dang, the NBA playing 2K in real life. That's facts. Him and Kyrie planned it. Heck yeah, they planned it, man. You know they talk, man. Nets are incompetent, 100% incompetent, man. Fire Sean Marks. Kevin Durant told you this summer, I will come back, fire Sean Marks, fire Steve Nash, because I'm pretty sure in that conversation that they was having, are we going to extend Kyrie Irving? I don't know if it's Josiah Sean Marks that was against it, right? But I'm thinking it had to be Sean Marks, because why would KD want him fired? He's pretty much saying he's the person that's stopping us from moving forward. He is the one. He's the one that's stopping Kyrie from getting his money. Mm-hmm. He's going to fire him, bring somebody in here that they got common sense, and let's keep going. And Josiah said, I'm choosing my front office. Okay, you choose your front office, and 2 superstars walked. And all you got to show for it is 4 draft picks. There's going to be booty picks, and Dorian Finney-Smith and Dinwiddie. And Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges. They good players as well. Their future is bright. Sean Marks is a savant.
Now, you know what? I will say this. They got a lot back. And then, so I feel like they have the room, they have the ceiling to do something great in the future. I think it's one of the probably the most prettiest rebuilds we'll ever see, because like one of the comments said, like the Nets are deep now and they have a lot of talent. They seeing what's his name?
Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas.
So they're starting to see what he can become, you know what I'm saying? And they got these picks now that they can work with. So as dumb as Sean Marks is, like he pulled the trigger on a good deal for the future. But with the gold that you had in your hand for the last 3 years and you didn't do nothing with it, that's terrible.
The only thing was stopping y'all from making a run this year. I want you to think about this. The only thing that stopped them from making a run this year was signing Kyrie Irving to a contract. That's number one. Number two was bringing in some free agents to fill the holes that y'all had, which was defending the big perimeter guards and rebounding. They needed to have a bigger guy than Claxton for certain teams, right? And Dwight was just sitting there. Boogie Cousins was just sitting there. You could have brought him in, right? So you didn't go get the proper guys from free agency to help the squad, and you didn't sign Kyrie. So you was gonna mess up their run this year. Last year, their run got messed up because they said, instead of me having Kyrie for 41 games, we're gonna suspend you because we can't have you for 82, right? Which is the dumbest thing in the world, because if you look at the Clippers and Kawhi, he coming off of ACL surgery. Every time he comes off of a surgery, him and his doctor have a plan about him rehabbing and taking it slow and revving up, and you're not going to play any back-to-backs when you do that, right? The whole NBA world, Stephen A. Smith, ESPN, Fox, are talking trash about Kawhi Leonard and saying load management is hurting the NBA and all this. And Kawhi's like, I don't care. I'm not about to go out and play no back-to-back, so my knee is 110% ready. So y'all can say what the heck y'all want about me. I'm not doing that. And guess what? Jerry West and Lawrence Frank that's running the Clippers and Ty Lue that's running the Clippers, they're not letting that outside noise influence them, right? Imagine if they would have suspended Kawhi by saying, well, if you can't play back-to-backs, then we go suspend you. That's basically what they did to Kyrie. They said, look, man, since New York made this mandate and you're not vaccinated, we go suspend you. We don't want you at all. What kind of message do you send that to your best or your second best player by saying, if we can't have you every game, we don't want you at all, suspended? So that messed their run up last year. The front office has been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting it all on Kyrie.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think the league is gonna be a little bit more lenient now on how they call games against Durant? Because that whole situation in Brooklyn with Kyrie and all that thing and all that is over now. Do you think like it's gonna be more of an equally called game from here on out for Durant now, or do you think because
it's very possible. It's very possible. And I thought that same thing because Kyrie Irving, as long as him and KD was in Brooklyn, it was something about them that nobody liked, right? But Kyrie going to Phoenix and playing alongside Luka, who everyone likes, it seemed like in the media, they're gonna not be so hard on him because it's gonna hurt Luka, and hurting Luka hurts the NBA because the NBA has a plan for Luka, right? So Kyrie Irving, that was like a blessing in disguise for him to go and play under that covering, right? Now he's not gonna get all the credit. Luka's gonna get all the credit, right? He's gonna get all the credit just like LeBron did when he was in Cleveland. But it's okay, it's cool, right? Same thing with Phoenix, which is interesting because Phoenix has really been the team to beat the last 2 or 3 years, right? However, the NBA loved Luka so much that they cheated the Phoenix Suns in games 4 and 5. No, in games 4, 5, and 6. Game 7, they crapped the bed. That was on them. They could have won that. But after getting cheated for 3 straight games, mentally, you like, man, I don't think we can beat them in the refs, man. I don't think it's possible. So they showed up physically for that game, but they wasn't there mentally, right?
So, who do you think wins a 7-game series, rosters as is, Dallas or Phoenix?
It's gonna be Phoenix. They go try to make it interesting, but it's just too much firepower. Even with Golden State, man, they didn't like the fact that they put this squad together and it was just unbeatable. But guess what? You when you have a team that's with that much firepower that's playing good basketball and good defense, you can't even cheat them if you tried. Like when they swept the Cavs one year and then the next year they beat them 4-1, right? That one game that the Cavs got was full of phantom whistle calls. And the Twitter blew up so bad that everyone knew it was a fixed game because of how the referees called it. They couldn't even do it no more. They was like, man, because I thought they was going to do it more so they can get at least 6 games out of it, man. But when that one game, I think they beat them the first 3 games. They beat them the first 3 games, and then game 4, the calls was unreal. And Cleveland got that win, and everybody was like, nah, we raising the red flag, and it was like, man, ain't no we can do. They went on to finish them off, I think, in game 5. They went on to finish them off.
And then the following year, they did what they was trying to do that year and swept them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's how that happened, man. He said if Lakers take Bojan Bogdanovic from Detroit, they doing well. I mean, maybe, but like, what is that gonna do for you? Like, that don't They don't put you nowhere closer to the Phoenix at all. At
Honestly,
all. And
man,
you think? You think so?
no, I was about to say honestly, the way I see the Lakers now, D'Lo, LeBron, um, who else they picked up? Malik Beasley. They picked up somebody else from the team. I mean, honestly, I don't see them matching up with. I don't see them matching up with a healthy Golden State well. I don't see them matching up with Phoenix well. I don't see them matching up with Denver well.
What about Dallas? What about Portland? What about the Grizzlies?
Oh no, the Grizzlies will beat them. The Grizzlies will beat them. I feel like Dallas will beat them just because, like you said, it's Luka's league now. Kind of, they're trying to segue towards that.
They trying to give it to him.
They're trying to segue towards that.
It's kind of hard for it to be your league when the team ain't even your team no more. You see Kyrie tonight?
I didn't watch I watched like a little bit of it, but I didn't watch any. But I saw that
he had the team. They beat the Clippers. First of all, the Clippers hot, and Kawhi's healthy, and Paul George is healthy. Clippers is hot. They came in there and beat the Clippers on Kyrie's first game, and Theo Pinson got off the bench and was running some point. Like all those false narratives that they had out there saying the only reason why Luka plays Luka ball is because there's no playmakers on the team. Dude, you don't need playmakers. Greg Popovich runs an offense, and it don't matter who the playmaker. Everybody can make a play at one point. You can make a play from the post. You can make a play setting an off-ball screen, everything. You don't have to just set everybody out on a perimeter and let Luka dribble the air out of the ball, right? And Kyrie came out there and showed you with Jason Kidd calling these plays. I knew Jason Kidd didn't coach like that. I knew he had a real offense that he wanted to run because he ran it through Kyrie. Kyrie was running off screens like Steph Curry. He was going in the mid post like Kobe, and he was running the point like CP3 every now and then. He did all three of it. It was plenty of times in crucial moments of the game where the team will score, Clippers will score, and Kyrie will wave it all. Hey, get the ball to Pinkston or give the ball to Hardaway, and he would play off the ball. They would bring it up. Like he wasn't trying to say I need to be the one making the play all the time. And it was running the offense. He was running off screens. There was off ball screens. One play they was trying to give it to Kyrie, and Christian Woods was over there in the corner just standing there with a mismatch. And Kyrie pointed to Christian Woods like, "Nah, man, post up." Christian Woods got it in the post. He didn't score, but like those are the type of things I was watching. And I was like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be coming out here and making every play. They had 26 assists. They had 44 rebounds. They rebounded the Clippers. And when I looked at the season averages for the Mavs, they only averaged 22 assists, and I want to say somewhere in the 30s for rebound, maybe 32. So they was above their average for rebounds, and they out rebounded the Clippers, and it was above their average in assists, and they passed out more assists than the Clippers, right? But when you got Luka, he gets 10, 12, sometimes 14 assists, but the team is only getting 22, right? Kyrie Irving only took 17 shots, got 24 points, right? You don't need 40. You don't need to take 30 shots and get 40. You don't need 15 assists, right? You want your team to have a lot of assists, and you want your team to have a lot of points. It don't necessarily have to be your best player getting both of them. And Kyrie showed you that. And if they go back to Luka ball after this, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you because I'm like, right now it looks all good because there's no Luka on the court. But when Luka comes back, like how much of that sticks around? Do you think Luka sees this, recognizes it, and adapts, or do you think Luka is just like, this is my team, it's always gonna be my team, and then that's how I'm gonna run the offense?
I don't know, man. I don't know if he see it, man. But he got to, because Jason Kidd he ain't that type of coach, man. So hopefully they make a change, man. Like right now, I would be telling Luka, you are no longer my point guard. And Kyrie is not my point guard either. My point guard would be a big guard that can guard big wings, right? Guard Tatum, Brown. He would be my point guard, whilst Kyrie would be playing the two like Iverson. And Luka would be my small forward. That's what I would do. So, but on defense, I would have Kyrie guarding the point guards, whoever my big point guard is will be guarding the two guards, and Luka will be guarding whichever player is the less of the two guard or the small forward, whichever one is not the star. Right. So that's what I would do. And every now and then Luka would have the ball in his hand making a play. But I would tell Luka, you can't do Luka ball into the fourth quarter if we need it. Right. If you're that good, accept the challenge to run my offense, and then in the fourth quarter, you can do Luka ball if it's still close. You supposed to be that good. Right. Let me get through these. The Nets' future is set. Y'all tripping.
Cause Obi in the comments having a blast.
Where he at?
It's Michael in the comments.
Hold on. Tell him. Ask him, do he want the link? Hold on. Okay, I see the comments. Let me get to these comments. The Nets' future is set. Y'all tripping. I mean, set with draft picks and role players. Cool. Yeah, I guess. But guess what? There are 4 draft picks from Phoenix, right? Now remember, they gave all their draft picks for James Harden, and James Harden turned into Ben Simmons. So they're trying to get some of them picks back, but they got Phoenix draft picks, and Phoenix have Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. So good luck on any of those first rounders being lottery picks, right? That's number one. Number two is if you don't get Booker or Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving or James Harden in the first round, it don't matter. I mean, you might pick in the first round, pick number 25, and you might get another Jay Crowder in the first round. You get what I'm saying?
On top of that, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Looking at these last couple of lottery picks, the last couple of years, Cade Cunningham just got hurt out for the season for the Pistons. We ain't even seen Chet Holmgren because he got hurt before the season.
Where's James Bouknight at in Charlotte?
Oh, forgot about him. I ain't heard in a while.
Forgot about him, didn't you?
Yeah, what happened to him?
He in the G League somewhere.
Yeah, so you can't even bank on pulling good talent with the picks that you got.
Yeah. Here's Michael comments. He over here going off, man. Mike, you go join the stream. I dropped the link. The Nets front office are actually very smart. Okay. Yeah. Good luck with that. They're very smart. I like you. Okay, so you're saying very smart, and I get that they're trying to get back. They're trying to hit the reset button. All right, let's dump Kyrie, let's dump Kevin Durant, and let's get a hole in draft picks, and that could work. The Denver Nuggets got a hole for Carmelo Anthony when they sent him to New York, and Denver played really good basketball. They had Ty Lawson and a couple of guys like that, and they was playing good basketball. There was people George called coach, didn't have no attitudes, and it was a really good playoff team that would go out in the first round real smooth. You get what I'm saying? Like they, they go smooth out in the first round, man. You know, fellas. You always gonna need a mellow type player to take you there. What's up, Mike?
Obi, my boy.
What's going on, man? Let us see y'all talking basketball, man. I'm here to support.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate it, man. So do I need to go through your comments, or you gonna tell me everything you just typed in there?
I mean, to make a long story short, I believe the Nets they won that trade in a sense. And Phoenix did well for themselves as well. Like anytime you can get one of the greatest scorers of all time, one of the greatest two-way players of all time, I mean, I guess you can call that a win. Do they win a chip? I don't know, but I like Brooklyn. I like what they did.
You like what they did?
I do
for this year.
No, not for this year, not at all.
For next year,
I think that they are a 6-7 seed this year, next year. And pending any major moves, they might be able to move up and be competitive. But I think they have a competitive roster. I like what they did.
You think they got a good front office?
I do.
You do? Okay. All right. So tell me the offense you run. I love Jock Vaughn as a coach and all that. I love Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie go get a lot of shots up, man. He might even be an all-star one day. And Ben Simmons might turn into Ben Simmons again. And if Ben Simmons play like he's supposed to play, then this wouldn't be bad. You 1 star away from being real competitive. If Ben Simmons comes back to form, I like it.
So yeah, I mean, listen, my faith is not even in Ben Simmons. In my mind, Ben Simmons has already mailed it in. Like mentally, he doesn't want to play basketball anymore. That's what I see. Um, but you look at the roster. Their roster is loaded with veterans, interchangeable players, 3-and-D players, and a couple players that have really good potential. I think Nicholas Claxton is one of the best defensive bigs in the game right now.
I love Nicholas
I
Claxton.
think on the offensive boards, defensive boards, as well as shot blocking, he's you can almost say he's borderline fringe elite in those arenas, right? So that's a plus having a player like that. Then you look at fours. The way the league is set up now, the fours that the Nets have, Royce O'Neal and Jay Crowder, are ideal. They play defense. They can defend bigger, they can defend smaller, and they are 40% shooters from the line.
I like Dorian Finney-Smith better than Drake Crowder right now.
Listen, and that's respectable too. I actually forgot him. I didn't even mention him because I forgot that he was on the roster. But look, you have 3 players like that. Championship teams need fours like that can space the floor and defend and not give up anything else on the defensive end.
But you know what else championship teams need though?
Star players.
not just a star or superstar.
I get it.
At least one. And good luck getting any superstar to come to New York, come to Brooklyn.
I get it.
Not why they owners there. They're about to start treating him like Dolan. Y'all have 2 cursed teams in New York now. It's over. It's over. Like like Mekhi Phifer said in Paid in Full, man. They dead in these streets. But it's over for them.
Listen, man. I mean, you can have whatever feelings you want to about the GM, but at the end of the day, New York is the market. It's a market. Brooklyn is a more attractive market than New York. And right now, Brooklyn is loaded with talent and they're loaded with assets.
No, they're not loaded with talent. They're not loaded with talent. They have some talent. They're not loaded with talent, Mike.
Mel, listen to me.
Mike, they're not loaded.
No, just hear me out. Hear me out for a second, right? A Dorian Finney-Smith, a Spencer Dinwiddie, Royce O'Neal, a Jay Crowder, a Joe Harris. These players can get you a first-round pick in a trade.
Listen, Dorian Finney-Smith and Dinwiddie are the same players that the entire NBA world, not me, because I'm not an idiot, but the entire NBA world said cannot help Luka. They said Luka does not have enough. They said Dinwiddie can't make plays. Dorian Finney-Smith can't make plays. They said that they were not sufficient for someone of Luka caliber. They need to get better role players. Now all of a sudden when they with Brooklyn, it's talent.
Mel, you can't quote a casual fan and tell and you know what I'm saying into a basketball debate like this. Like this, that's not gonna work, right? We all know
these are your analysts that's telling y'all what to think.
These analysts are casuals. Stephen A. Smith, for example, these people are silly. They never played a lick of baskall in their lifetime.
Especially Windhurst. I'm tired of him talking.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
I'm tired of watching his neck jiggle when he talk, and really trying to convince people he know what he's talking about, man. And then when you tell him he trash, he say, "Well, my mama used to teach LeBron James." Man, that's your claim to fame.
Incredible. Yeah, look, man. I don't. When I hear them talking basketball, I mean, unless I'm listening to certain people up there, I take everything with a grain of salt, right? But from me watching the game, on that Nets team, you have a lot of pieces that championship teams at a trade deadline before All-Star break would want to trade a late first round pick for. That's value, right? So look at the package that got Kyrie back. It was literally Spencer, Dorian, and a first round pick from Dallas, which is going to be in the late teens. Outside of the lottery, that's what come on now. The Nets can, if that can get Kyrie, I mean that trade. Obviously, the Nets were just trying to rid themselves of what they perceived as like a Stephon Marbury level cancer. But
man, he's not no cancer, man. He's not no cancer, man.
I don't believe that. I love Kyrie Irving. I love everything he stands for. I love the person that he is, and I think as a basketball player, he is the most talented point guard of all time with the ball in his hands. He's like on that Isaiah Thomas kind of level for me. But the Nets perceived him as a cancer. I mean,
and what did they get that perception from?
That's not a secret, huh?
What did they get their perception from? They didn't come up with that on their own. There's no way someone like Kyrie Irving can produce on the court like that, and then once he leaves, even Boston or Brooklyn, and you talk to every player in that locker room, they say nothing bad about him. They absolutely love Kyrie Irving. So there's no way you could be Sean Marks or Joe Tsai and then look at that and still see a cancer.
I think we forget that that basketball is more than just the sport. It's more than just the art. It's also a business. And when you're in a market like Brooklyn, you know, money is what they're in it for. Ultimately, they bring those superstars in there for the money.
Yeah, but look, Mike, it can't. This is a bad business deal then, because Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant had Brooklyn as a top 4 arena as far as sellouts this season, right? So as an owner, I don't care what's going on. Kyrie Irving is filling the seats in my arena. He's selling number 11 jerseys, and he got my ball club on TV.
Correct.
How much money was he generating for them? So it should have been a no-brainer for him if Sean Marks had any kahunas and didn't listen to the media. Like, all this that they was doing, they was trying to show the basketball world and the media that they can get control over Kyrie Irving. Right? They felt like Kyrie Irving ran over them when he took time off without telling somebody, and when he didn't get vaccinated. And ever since the vaccination mandate, they've been trying to ring him in, put him in a box, and show the world that they can control him.
That's correct.
And that's what they was trying to do. So if it was just about business, they would have looked and said, he deserves this money because he's making me billions a year. Why wouldn't I just go ahead and give him the $200 million? Even if they don't make a deep playoff run, they're already getting a return on their investment by way of the money that they're generating.
You got to think about the investment. You know, if I'm a businessman, do I have a depreciating asset, or do I have an asset that's going to yield me consistent growth? Right. So when you're looking at Kyrie Irving, as polarizing a prospect as he is, right, he puts butts in the seats, he sells jerseys and all that. That's cool. But when you start to have the anti-Semitic things, and they were pushing that in the media hard, right? Then they had the anti-vax thing, pushing that in the media hard. The Nets, I mean, I can imagine that their ownership is like, man, if this guy is this strong-willed, I mean, if this guy is willing to stand up for himself like this, because I mean, the NBA is controlling these players. It's like, I liken it to slavery. I mean, I'm sorry.
No, you're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if they're looking at Kyrie like, man, this guy's gonna give us a fight, he's not gonna just make us money and be quiet. It's probably in our best interest to get what we can for him and move on.
Yeah. They couldn't bring him in and control him, and they didn't like that, man. Did you know that they offered him the 200 mil 4-year max last year? And it was like, we'll give you the max if you just go get the jab.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it came out after the trade. After he got traded to Dallas, it got leaked that the deal was on the table last year, but the stipulation was that he had to get the vax in order to sign it. And Kyrie turned down 200 mil last year and was like, "No, I'm not getting vaccinated, man. Like that's not my thing."
It's insane. I mean, because the all these vaccination barriers have been lifted. Like, it's no longer, you know, mandatory in a lot of places to be vaccinated. So the fact that, I mean, if that is true, we don't know how true that is. You got to fact check that. If that's true,
yeah,
then I mean, that says everything you need to know, you know, about the NBA, about the owner, everything. But back to the pure basketball. I don't want to talk to all the skeptics and all that crap. Pure basketball standpoint, I like the Nets. I like the way that they're built. I think that it's 10 deep with solid role players and 1 or 2 maybe burgeoning stars. Cam Thomas, he's been a bucket since he was in high school. Everybody knew that. I wanted my Knicks to draft him, and he's finally getting his chance. He's a scorer. That's what he does. At LSU freshman year, 24 points a game on great shooting splits. Everybody knew he could put the ball in the basket. So I like
he can score, but I generally don't like wings that seem like they short and stubby and got short arms. Like he can score. He got a nice build. a
He's not a
wide.
wing though. He's
He,
a combo guard. He's 6'3".
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where's his place? Is he on the ball as a point, or is he off the ball? Like,
He's one of those usage guys, right? He's one of those high usage guys. If you put the ball in his hands, he'll give you the points. Does he make everybody better? I don't know. Does it translate to wins? I don't know. But
yeah, he's
he's
just a
one of the guys
bucket.
where the talent is just undeniable, though.
Yeah, he's good, man. But
Yeah.
he reminds me of Marcus Thornton. Man. But
Or
we'll see how that looks.
throwback.
Yeah, but right now, with the way the Brooklyn Nets are, Cam Thomas is gonna be getting the shots. So he might put up more 30 and 40 point games, but they're gonna be leaving the arena with L's.
He might not get all the shots. You got to think, right? You got Mikal Bridges is going to at least take 10 to 15 shots.
Oh, that's true.
Cam Johnson is going to be a stretch four. He's going to take 10 to 15 shots. He's going to take 6-7 threes a game.
You know what?
That team is deep.
No, I like that. You know what? I like that. So who you gonna start at the point?
Dinwiddie and Cam Thomas might have to be a backcourt, but Jacque Vaughn, the way he's running it, he might get a nod to the vets because you still got Patty Mills, who's a Grizzlies vet.
He's not gonna start Patty. Patty about to get traded. There's no reason to have those vets there if there's no point. I mean, keep a couple of them for the locker room, but look, this is how I would do it. Dinwiddie at the 1. I would have Cam Thomas come off the bench as my 6th man to be instant offense. He still go get 15 to 20 shots a game off the goal. 15 shots a game
in a Lou Will type of role.
Exactly, I would do that, right? But I would have Dinwiddie at the 1. I would have Mikal Bridges at the 2, right? He's going to be able to defend and knock down threes. And I would have, who would you have? Cam Johnson or Dorian Finney-Smith at the 3?
That's the thing. I mean, they could play both positions. Cam played the 4 for the Suns and a lot of times just to space the floor. But he has size. He's 6'9", 6'10", right?
Okay.
Dorian Finney-Smith is 6'6", but he's a 4 by nature, too, right? So yeah, you look at that next team, right? They're starting 5, and there's so many players that you left out. And Claxton, right? They all have crazy wingspans. They all play crazy defense. They all knock down the 3 at a crazy clip. Then let's roll over to their bench, right?
Wait. We forgot about Ben Simmons, bro.
Ben Simmons is on the roster. You got Joe Harris, who's one of the best shooters in the league, and he's
healthy. Hold on.
So you got Seth Curry on the roster.
Oh, they getting traded, bro. They getting traded.
Come on, bro. And listen, Mel.
Real quick, Mel, check your phone real quick.
All you have to do is put together maybe a Ben Simmons, Joe Harris, Royce O'Neal, 2 firsts. That'll get you a player. That'll get you a player to add to a decent group. The Nets have an incredible roster right now. They have a lot of draft picks. They're gonna go as far as they want to go. They're set up like how the Jazz are set up. So I like them, and I think that they don't fall too far. I think that the lowest, like I said, their baseline is maybe a 7th seed. And going forward, they can be as good as they want to be. There's no ball dominant player. They're gonna move the ball. They're gonna shoot the ball well. They're gonna play defense. I'll take a team like that before. Shoot, I
hear you.
I like it.
Like, I feel like we're praising a lot of potential, and if championships was won on potential, then great, Brooklyn got it. But they got a lot going on over there. You still only got really one big man in Nick Claxton, and that's you can't run him for 48 minutes a game. You're gonna need some help, and then if you take him out, you're running small ball essentially whenever he's not in there.
They got a backup 5, Deron Payne, and he was a first rounder out of North Carolina. And he's in his 2nd year, I believe.
Sharp.
Deron Sharp. Yeah, there you go. And he's a solid backup big man. He's 6'11". He's big. I mean,
yeah, but
he has talent.
We're still dealing in potential. Like the ceiling is mad high now. You know what I'm saying? But like Mel said, I mean, there's a lot of people playing the same position. I don't think they hold on to all these cards. I think some people are going to. I mean, they only have a couple of hours to make some deals. Mel,
that's why I think that they're going to stay.
They might rock with this
they have
roster.
little time.
They only have the trade deadline is done at 12 o'clock our time, Mel, 3 o'clock on the East. So if they don't get no deals done in the wee hours of the night, then they're gonna rock with this roster. And if they do, then I think with the capability of Jock Vaughn as coach and with the players that you have, I think they'll still make the playoffs. They're gonna fall. I think they might be a playing team, and then at that point, it's just depends on whoever they come across whether or not they make it into the actual playoffs or not. But they're gonna be a playing team, but it's up to them completely if they make it to the first round or not.
Hey Mel, let me ask you a question. Let me see if you agree.
Okay.
Does this Nets team have a similar feel to that Coach Atkinson Nets team where they had D'Lo, Spencer Dinwiddie, they had Joe Harris, they had Theo Pinson, right? And then that was right before they added a superstar, and they were a playoff team. I think they were the 6th seed.
Yeah.
And they added somebody. They traded D'Lo. Who did they get?
They traded D'Lo and they got Kevin Durant and Kyrie. Because remember Kevin Durant was gonna go to Brooklyn as a free agent, but the Bob Myers and with the Warriors asked them, would he do a sign and trade so they can get D'Lo? Right. So he was like, yeah. So I on the way. That's why I tell a lot of people, you owe that championship that y'all just got in Golden State to Kevin Durant, because the sign and trade he did for D'Lo turned into the trade for D'Lo for Wiggins. And Wiggins helped y'all out tremendously all season and definitely in the playoffs and definitely in the finals.
Hey man, stop trying to give Kevin Durant credit where he don't.
No, I'm just saying he didn't have to do he didn't have to do Golden State that solid. He could have said, man, heck no, y'all figure it out. I'm gone. And he could have just walked. He just could have just walked over to Brooklyn, and he could have actually used that D'Lo trade to help his own team out.
That
like instead of doing the sign and trade, he could have walked over to Brooklyn and said, hey, find me another guy for D'Lo.
Yeah.
Right? Easily. You know what I mean? But to your question, yeah, that's exactly what I said at the beginning of this. I said that they hit the reset button and they're actually going back. They realized that they was having less of a headache and they was having more fun building what they call a culture when they had Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, and D'Lo, right? So they're going back to that. Let's get more guys like that instead of paying a luxury tax and and also paying a mental tax by dealing with guys, superstars like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So they saying that we can't. I don't think we can deal with that no more. Let's get fringe all-stars or fringe whatever you want to call them. You know. So I think that's what they're doing.
Correct.
Shout out to the new owner in Phoenix who walked in the door and was like,
right,
let's make
it happen. Make it happen.
Because I just seen a thumbnail where he said that his stake was like 57% majority. And then in a couple of days they talking about Kevin Durant to the Suns. Like, bravo.
Yeah. Oh, I got Corey on the line. Corey, what's up?
Hey, yeah.
What's going on? Hey man, what's your thoughts on this Phoenix trade, man? Are you shocked?
It was pretty surprising.
That's crazy, man. I'm so.
I was like, oh wow.
I'm so.
That makes things that makes the East. I mean, that makes the West really interesting now. It does.
Yeah, I mean, I was laughing at them at first until Mike was pointing some stuff out, and I'm looking at it like, yo. They actually can do some stuff with that. They're very deep if they keep all these people. I don't know if they keep them, but Jock Vaughn's not no idiot. Now, if they still had Steve Nash, they wouldn't know what to do with this.
Right. And Jock Vaughn is off that Popovich coaching tree. I mean, he played in them systems, right? So if I'm not mistaken, Jock Vaughn played for the Spurs, correct?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he coached so he's under the tutelage of the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna make that roster look really good. I think they're gonna be competitive. But let's talk about Phoenix though, because I've watched a couple Phoenix games this year, and Chris Paul, he looks dead. He looks dead. He don't even look like he's alive playing the game.
I guarantee you.
It's okay. You got Kevin Durant now. You can be dead.
It's gonna be a lot of spring in them legs now to KD there, boy. That boy happy, boy. But I tell you this. It's all right. CP3 can be dead for right now. and when he retire and his salary come off them books, and Kyrie Irving walked straight over to Phoenix.
Man,
You can't. Hey, look at the plan. Kyrie Irving just tweeted. He just tweeted. Look at Kyrie Irving's Twitter. He just tweeted when the trade went down. But look, that's what he been doing all this time. Hey, here we go. Right. So what's gonna happen is he go rock it out. He gonna earn his money with Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban probably got a long conversation he had with Kyrie Irving, but Kyrie Irving really might be a rental. And what was probably going to end up happening if Kyrie don't just walk the Phoenix, if CP3 is gone and he just walked the Phoenix and join them, that'll be one thing. Or they gut the Lakers for everything they got in the signing trade, and Anthony Davis end up in Dallas and Kyrie end up in LA with LeBron, and that might be what it is next year.
Those are both lateral moves. I don't think either of those teams pulled the trigger on that. If Kyrie Irving goes to the Suns in a free agency or something like that, then I mean let's go ahead and pack it up, right? Let's go ahead and grab everything out of the 401k and go to Vegas. Go to Vegas and
Cancun
set
on
it on the
3.
table. You know what I'm saying? But this Phoenix team right now, this is probably a hot take. And my first reaction was, Phoenix wins it all. But after settling in and relaxing, Phoenix does not win with that roster as constructed. They have no bench.
That's true.
They don't have. They have shooting between Book and KD, but they used to have Cam at the 4 for extra spacing. They don't have that. So it might be easier to guard them. And then defensively, Chris Paul is he's a turnstile now. So and D Book is not a defender either. So
no, D Book can defend. That's a misnomer with Kyrie and D Book not being defenders. They both can defend. D
Book he might give you a stretch of 2 or 3 plays where he sits down, but for the most part, he is also Matador. Red the red cape for the bull, get out the way. The Bulls coming through. Matador defense style. And CP is too old to really move. So when you look at the West, right, the Suns are gonna have to go see John Morant. When by the time John Morant is through dancing past Chris Paul into the lane and spraying out the shooters, we're gonna see some really good 7-game series between those
light
guys.
work. Nah, light work.
Light work? We'll
light
see.
Work. Oh, Memphis light work. Man, they on an 8-game losing streak, man. They ain't built. Look, come on, man. Look, a lot of these teams are winning because they got a lot of favor with the whistle and a lot of favor with the league. As soon as John Morant made that comment about I'm good out west, and he started doing all this stuff, and he upset the powers that be, and they was like, you know what, we're gonna show you. We just ain't giving you calls like that no more. And all of a sudden, what is he tweeting now? Man, we're the most hated team in the league.
No.
Come on, bro. Only thing that changed is they lost favor. It's that simple to turn a contender into a first round exit just by saying, all right, man, you ain't getting the whistle no more.
Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. At the end of the day, and we've seen Memphis without Ja. They're some people will argue they're a better team without him. But when it comes to the playoffs, and you have a player like that, when the game is so tense, like every bucket is hard to get. At the end of the day, Ja, even without the whistle, is who he is. He's him, right? And you got Ja matched up against Chris Paul, whose time has passed, is gonna get very ugly in the playoffs. Okay,
but you know who else is him and can match every bucket?
KD, Devin Booker, right?
Light work.
He
you know what?
I understand what you're trying to say, but like you forgetting that Kevin Durant is there now. Any bucket on the court is easy for him.
Yes, Lord.
That's a fact. And notice I didn't say that Phoenix was gonna get dusted off, but I see them going down the wire with a couple teams in the West. At the end of the day, the Grizzlies are still a good defensive team. They have Steven Adams. They have Jaren Jackson, who's going to present a mismatch for whoever the Suns trot out at the 4. It doesn't matter, right? Dylan Brooks is no slouch defensively. right? Memphis has some of the players to match up. And I understand that these are all world offensive players and Durant and Booker. I get it. But like they have the type of players to agitate. Dylan Brooks is an agitator. Kyle Anderson is an agitator. He's a great defender. They have a good defensive team. And when they lock in, when they're focused, we know how good they can be.
Good luck.
So,
The only thing that can stop the
luck.
Suns, the only thing that can stop the Suns is the league.
Kyle
Good
Anderson's
luck
not in Memphis
agitating
anymore.
Kevin Durant.
Hey Mel, tell me one player right now on the Suns bench that can get 10 points.
You got you 100% got a point there. I'm not even gonna try that. You're right. That bench needs to be revamped up.
In fact,
but Mike, I got the remedy. I have the remedy.
What's the remedy?
Very easy. You don't even got to make no trade. Go sign Carmelo.
Please.
Go sign Melo. Go sign Dwight Howard.
Please.
You're
telling me that you're gonna trot out two 40-year-olds into the playoffs and think you're gonna get stops?
I ain't say nothing about stops.
And Booker doesn't even play defense?
No, I ain't say stops. You said 10 points. Who can get 10 points off the bench? I got the remedy for them 10 points.
Melo. And listen, if they sign Melo, he's gonna have to start because who's they're starting for right now?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Listen.
Hello.
Kevin Durant. Listen.
Hello.
Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton. That's 4 players. Who's the 5th starter?
Say the names again. CP3.
Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton. Who's their 5th starter?
Craig.
Torrey Craig.
Yes, Lord.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Listen,
the whole start. Hold on. You need a glue guy. And you need defense. The whole starting 5 can't be offense, bro.
No,
you got enough offense with Booker and Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant will be playing the 4. Torrey Craig will be playing the 3. That's your starting 5. Now you need to revamp your bench. And first and foremost, I would want my 10 to 12 or 15 points to come from Melo. He could do exactly what Cam Johnson was doing with no problem. Do you deny that? Do you deny that? Yes, Lord.
Melo,
right?
Melo is
yes,
30,
Lord.
Melo's 37, 38?
Same age as LeBron James and in better shape than LeBron.
Yeah, nah. Melo hasn't been on the roster all year.
It's all good. He stay ready. He the captain of the team. Stay ready, and he the leading scorer.
Nah, Mel. Listen. I understand what you're saying, and it's the respect that you have for Melo that's allowing you to speak on him like this. But I also respect Carmelo Anthony. He gave my Knicks the most exciting years of basketball I've ever got to witness. Melo, as it stands right now, if he comes to that Phoenix Suns team and is playing rotational minutes, he's going to be a negative plus minus kind of player.
Okay, that's possible. But
you want
to find out where you go get your 10 points from. That's an easy fix. But there's more free agents out there that you can pick up. It's not gonna be hard.
You want to know something though? I rarely overlooked Torrey Craig. Because Torrey Craig his calling card has been defense since he came in the league. But this year, I think I need you to fact check it. I think he's shooting 40 from the perimeter this year.
He's playing real good. He replaced Jay Crowder real good. It's a reason why they ain't bringing Jay Crowder back.
I wouldn't say real good because the Suns are not really winning the way people expected them to win.
That's because Devin Booker missed 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6.
I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. There's only 3 teams in the entire league that can contend with the Phoenix Suns. That is Golden State, Milwaukee, and Boston. That is it. That is all.
Golden State don't want to see Kevin Durant in no series. Boy, you think when I listened to Draymond Green on a short yesterday when he was like, I don't like this Kyrie Irving and Luka duo because it's going to be tough to stop. Wait till he hear about this Devin Booker and Kevin Durant duo.
You about to wake up mad.
In my opinion, Devin Booker is the closest thing I've seen to Kobe.
Kyrie Irving and Devin Booker are the Kobe's of the league right now. Only thing is, I think Kyrie is more closer to Kobe, but he's too small.
Correct.
But Devin Booker got the size. He's not as close as Kobe as Kyrie is, but in size he is. But them boys can go. I think Devin Booker is just the bigger version of Kyrie.
I can see it. He's
Them
not a
boys
wizard.
can
He's
go.
not a wizard with the ball, but I mean, he can score from every level. He can do everything. He can score back
Yeah.
to the basket. He can get all the way to the rim. He can get to the line. He can shoot threes. He can play out of the pick and roll as a ball handler.
Yes,
He can
Lord.
be off the ball. He shoots well from every spot. I mean, Devin Booker is
It's him. And
Kevin Durant
he's
is
low key, high key to me, but everybody else, he's low key better than Luka. People just won't admit it.
Jesus, Mel, please.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
It's crazy.
Yes.
And what it always comes down to with Mel is the style of play. It's what's aesthetically pleasing to Mel is what he goes.
No, Mike. It's the ability to play with and without the ball. If you can only do one of the two, then I can't put you over a player that can do both at an elite level. If you give Devin Booker the ball and get out of his way, he can do exactly everything Luka does. But if you give CP3 the ball, then Booker also still is a threat on an elite level. When you give somebody else the ball, Luka is not even an option. He's not going to run off no screen. He's not a really good catch and shoot player, right? You know, he's not like everything he does is with the ball, with the court spread. Like JaVale McGee got minutes tonight because Kyrie can do so many things without the ball, and he don't need the paint to be wide open. He don't need 3-point shooters at every position. But when Luka comes back, JaVale McGee can't even play.
Listen, man, Luka is not running off of screens like Rip Hamilton. His jumper is not. He has like almost a set jump shot. He's not running off of screens like that to catch and shoot. But
because he can't.
But listen. But Luka Doncic as a off-the-ball spot-up shooter is elite. Luka Doncic as a secondary playmaker off the ball is elite. Luka Doncic as a rebounder is elite. Listen, you can't just understate his impact and his value. He's still a great player. I think Devin is a great player.
Do you smell it? That's Luka's defense and his off-ball play. It's garbage.
Man,
it's garbage, and you know it is.
I want to answer Dennis in the comments real quick. I'm not.
Well, hold on. Let's get to all these comments. Chris, I'll let you answer all these. This one here, this first one. Let's roll through them real quick.
Okay. Honestly, what Marks wants to say. Blah, 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 blah. There's nothing that Marks can do to save his job. His job is cooked. Like Mel said, if he's still there at the end of the summer, I know something. Having picked up Bridges is very key, though. I forgot that they did get him in the deal, but it's still a long shot before they make it to a deep playoff run in Brooklyn. I mean, it's because KD is the closest thing to threatening LeBron's legacy, so all media is gonna do is just throw dirt on KD's name.
Exactly.
It's all they're gonna do.
Hey,
it wasn't snaky when LeBron handpicked his team in Miami and left Cleveland high and dry. It wasn't snaky when he went back to Cleveland when he ran Miami out of everything. It wasn't snaky when he was like, I'm gonna go to LA and build another super team.
He left Wade and didn't tell Wade he was going back to Cleveland. Wade found out when we found out.
Then picked up Wade and then traded him again.
Traded his butt. Yeah, sure enough did. Man, you gotta go, man. It's all about me. Which is another reason why I think Anthony Davis was really sitting on that bench and not celebrating when he scored last night.
Oh, he was hot.
I think Anthony Davis was in some trade discussions for Kyrie or Kevin Durant. Ooh. And I think that's why Anthony Davis was out of it.
Plot twist.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Phoenix was as long as they have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, they'll never be anything more than a conference final exit.
Thank you. Hey, Dino's spitting though. Phoenix out of there. Denver is balling right now. Jamal Murray, I've looked up at a couple box scores and he's had 40. That this guy was, before he got hurt, Jamal Murray was looking like something.
He was looking like he was about to get in that top 5 point guard discussion.
Man, I'm telling you, and then Joker is nothing to be played with. Michael Porter Jr. is talented, but you know he run like he got 2 peg legs. So we got to see what he does in the playoffs. But Denver is definitely a threat, and I think Dino is definitely He's got a valid point. You know, bringing
Man,
to the
As
conversation.
long as you run your offense through a big man on the perimeter, you're not going to be championship successful.
as long as I still got, I can't unsee what Joel Embiid and Harden just did to the Denver Nuggets. I can't unsee that, man. I can't unsee Draymond Green locking up Jokic in the conference finals last year, and PJ Tucker doing the same thing a week ago. I can't unsee that, man. It's a wrap for them boys. They see Phoenix, they going to the crib. I'm sorry. The only thing that can save them is the whistle. That's it.
The 76ers are criminally underrated. I think.
Very much so.
They're nobody is talking about them as contenders, but they have a defensive-minded coach in Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers knows how to coach defense, and then you got MVP caliber player Embiid. James Harden has finally, I guess, settled into his role on that Sixers team as a point guard. And the other day, I mean, I watched them play against my Knicks. James Harden and Embiid were working that short roll like
they was dogging
Jesus
y'all.
Christ. Yeah. It was nasty
bad.
work. It was nasty work.
Bad.
Embiid is also heavily favored by that whistle.
Oh my God! Especially when they play Brooklyn, I feel bad for them boys, man. God, every time
get that whistle, bro.
Every time Brooklyn played Philly or Boston, something fishy was going on with the officiating, man. That jump pissed me off, man. Every single time.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. Mark this right here. The next time Brooklyn plays Philly and Boston, they're gonna win both those games.
The curse is lifted. KD and Kyrie is gone, so now the NBA don't have to punish them no more.
Yeah,
y'all be taking that a step too far a little bit with these.
Bro.
Obi, did you see the last time Brooklyn played Boston? The magnet was clearly on. The magnet was clearly on, bro. Them boys could not miss.
Boy, if you don't turn that camera off, messing this stream up, this man laying down on a couch with just a shirt on, boy.
I'm in the guest room, right? The family sleep. It's called a late hour.
So Dennis, to answer your question, man, it's really nothing against Denver. I think they're just still a piece away. You get what I'm saying? I don't think Denver got it, bro.
Time out. It was a piece away in the bubble because Jamal Murray went down. It was a piece away last year. No Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. went down. Those pieces are healthy this year. And then you're getting better bench play. Bones Highland, JaMychal Green, and who's Bruce is it Bruce Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Brown. All averaging 11 plus points off the bench.
Bones Highland is a turnstile as well, and he's having riffs with Michael Malone because Michael Malone likes to coach defense too, and Bones Highland was in trade discussions. But Bones is very tough to me. I like his game a lot.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Definitely a bucket.
In the playoffs, when you have bench players, 3 bench players averaging 10 and more, your team is going to do good. What make you think that the Heat was so strong last year? We had 7 people averaging double-digit players. 7.
Got a good point. Got a very valid point.
You saying it's cute? See, I'm telling you,
it's not even.
I understand.
Hold on. It's not even about Kevin Durant and Phoenix. It's about the fact that
I understand.
What?
KD's your boy, bro. I get it, man. I get it.
I'm just so glad they're out of Brooklyn, man. I don't want Joe.
I am too. I am happy for him.
I'm so glad.
Brooklyn was going downhill very fast.
They don't deserve no superstars, man. Them dudes trash, man.
I think Brooklyn wasn't going to win anything with them anyway. So.
Honestly, you have to bring in some support. You got Chris Paul and KD. You think they're going to be able to finish the whole second half of the season, right? You're going to have to finish strong. You're going to have to finish the second half of the season and turn it up 2 notches in the playoffs because you don't have a bench.
Nah, they're gonna have to get a bench. If they don't get no bench, then you're right. They gonna be doing too much heavy lifting, And it's possible that they're able to get that heavy lifting done, man. But you know, you got to think about when Kevin Durant went to Golden State. They did replace almost everybody. They kept Livingston. They kept of course Steph, Draymond, and Clay, right? So they kept those 4 guys. And Iguodala. They had 5 guys when KD showed up. The whole bench was gone, right? And then they brought KD over. They signed David West. They signed JaVale McGee. They signed they drafted 3 rookies to fill their roster up, and I think they picked up Leandro Barbosa.
Hey, somebody pull up Phoenix's roster right now.
So it will have to be next year.
Their roster is DeAndre Ayton and Bismack Biyombo. So they got their center and their backup center, right?
Mm-hmm. Copy.
Then they got Devin Booker and Torrey Craig, Kevin Durant. And then they have another center that I see they put in. They got high energy named Jock Landale. He's okay.
He's a scrub.
And then they have a shooter in Damian Lee. Right. And then they got Saban Lee. I don't know who this is.
Scrub, Detroit.
They have a defender in Josh Okogie.
Scrub. He's
a good defender.
Scrub.
They got Chris Paul. They got Cameron Payne. They got Dario Saric, who I haven't seen play in years. Right. I think he hurt. They got Landry Shamet, who always goes missing in big games when it comes to shooting. I hate people that look like a shooter, like got the reputation of a shooter, but they never be shooting when it matters, man. They just you know what I mean? And then I don't know who Ish Wainwright is, and then
he's that short, stocky dude. He's like 6'5", 400 pounds. He just big, stocky.
6'5", 250, Mike.
Yeah. You know, I got to throw a little razzle dazzle in it.
Yeah. And then they got TJ Warren.
TJ Warren is a dog walker. Okay, so listen, if TJ Warren is healthy, then that team probably has everything that they need already.
I'm gonna tell you. So TJ Warren is probably gonna be your Mike. You remember to ask the question who they 5th is? It's probably TJ Warren.
That's that. Yeah. Now that you mention him, but
that's horrible.
Is he healthy?
That's horrible.
Why is it horrible?
He was playing before the trade.
Listen to me. If TJ Warren is your 5,
not a 5. He's probably gonna be a 4 or 3.
No, he's gonna be at the 3 with KD at the 4.
KD naturally is they list him at the 4, but he's a ball handler. He's gonna play like a 3. The TJ Warrens and the Jay Crowders are gonna play the 4. They're gonna guard the power forwards. They're gonna be expected to rebound. KD was never getting down there to bang with nobody. That boy is built like Snoop Dogg. So we gotta understand like the dynamics of the roster and how they match up with everybody, right? If you're playing the Grizzlies,
No, Jay Crowder got traded to Brooklyn.
He got traded.
He got traded to Brooklyn?
Correct.
Yeah.
Hey,
who to Brooklyn?
Hey, CJ, can I tell y'all CJ McCollum's tweet?
What he said?
What was it?
He
said all of this because Ja Morant said he was good in the West.
That boy done set off the fire alarm. Yeah, that's crazy.
Boy's about to go from number 2 to playing team.
Man, hey, what y'all gonna do if KD get 2 straight?
What 2 straight what?
2 straight rings.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, facts. You know, yeah, they losing me. They losing me. Yo, you wanna know what's funny actually? If the Pelicans get Zion back and they're healthy and they get like maybe 10, 15 games in, they will dust the Phoenix Suns off like an old trophy.
Who will?
The Pelicans.
Yeah, because you was rooting for them all last year.
The Pelicans. TJ McCollum, Zion Williamson, Jonas Valanciunas, Brandon Ingram.
Hold on, say his name again. Because you
Valanciunas.
Valanciunas.
Herbert Jones, Dyson Daniels off that bench.
And my boy Jackson Hayes.
The Pelicans are one of the most talented teams in the West. They just ain't been healthy neither. And nobody talking about them. The NBA is very competitive.
You got OKC. They on low heat right now, but the Cook slowly turning it up.
They 5 years away, Dino. Come on, man. They 5 years away.
I promise, yo, Mike.
I wouldn't say 5. I wouldn't say 5.
Yo,
I say
Mike,
more like 2.
They're 5 years away. They're 5 years away.
Mike,
you didn't watch how they just cooked the Lakers yesterday.
No, I did. They did the same thing to my Knicks. They put 150 on us.
Hey,
but,
Mike,
150.
Shea Gildress, bro.
No, Shea Gilly is.
Hey, they looking good, ain't they? They looking good, boy.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I think he's as good as a John Morant, to be honest, in his own way.
With a better shot.
I was watching him yesterday, real close. Like I've checked out a few games of him this year. Even last year, I was peeping him, but that Sean Livingston midi, that's him. Like that body frame. They got similar body frames. You know what I mean? Like
he's special. He's special. He's 6'6".
He loves the mid range. He loves the mid range. Oh man,
he's very special.
I can't remember.
There's no doubt about it. But we got to look at the auxiliary pieces, right? I like the Jalen Williams piece, the rookie that they drafted.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them. Both the Jalen, right? They're good. I like Chet Holmgren is going to be good, but he needs to get knocked around a little bit. He gotta earn his stripes in the league. The Thunder are maybe 4 or 5 years away, bro. If Chet has
give him next year, honestly, I swear I do.
2 years.
Listen. Okay, so when I looked at the Detroit Pistons, right, they had Cade, they had Jaden Ivey, they had Bogdan, they had all these players. I'm like, okay, they're probably 2 years away, but now you're looking at them, they are the worst team in the league. Because experience counts for something, bro.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna give you a nugget about the Pistons. Don't ever count them for nothing. Don't count them in for nothing.
Damn.
Don't count them in for nothing. We had the 2 in the 80s. We had the 2 in the 80s and we had the 1 in 04. Don't count them in for nothing else. They're done.
They're not done, man. They're not done.
They're done.
No, man. What kind of Detroit native are you?
Check it out. Hey, check it out. The Pistons will be relevant again in 10 years. I give it a decade. A decade before they get back to playoff prominence.
We super off topic now. I mean, the Thunder, I like the way the Thunder are set up. I like the way the Pistons are set up, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about who's competing in the West right now.
Denver.
Denver is in the conversation.
It's not even.
Phoenix is in the conversation. The Grizzlies are in the conversation. Who else? The Pelicans are in the conversation.
The Mavs.
Do we?
The Mavericks. The
I
Mavericks
don't
are
want to
there.
be premature on this. I was a little premature, I think, bro. I think not last year, but the year before last. I was like, Sacramento is gonna be something good, but
we forgot about Sacramento.
We sure did. Sacramento is built very well.
Hey, Corey.
And they're gluing. Like,
hey, I'm gonna send you the link. Just join. You at the crib?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the link. Join. Just join. You can join from your phone and cut your camera off if you need to.
All right, cool.
All right, I'm about to send you the link.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, I forgot about Sacramento, and honestly, I like Sacramento under the radar because keep underestimating them. They just gonna keep. Because I think they're third in the West right now.
Fourth, I think.
Fourth.
Nah,
listen.
Keep in mind, Memphis slid. So
they're still third. They're still up there. The Kings are fourth. I think they're like 31 and 22 or 23. The Kings.
Oh man, Jaylen Brown went down tonight, y'all.
Facial fracture.
Facts.
But the Boston Celtics are still built to get off. The refs are gonna assist Jason Tatum.
Here's the thing with Boston, man. Jason Tatum is only as good as his co-star. If his co-star is not there,
and this is just karma for Brooklyn because they gonna be looking at that like, man, they was number one in the East, right? Boston was, and they about to look and they about to see Boston drop like 4 straight games, and they be like, man, if we would have just signed Kyrie, man, we could be going in the playoffs with number 1 seed.
Boston ain't sliding nothing.
Boston's gonna slide, bro. Boston's sliding. That was hanging by threads anyway, man. They got a quick
refs
start.
will never allow it.
Here's the thing.
That's true, man. Man, it's so hard to beat Boston and the rest, man. Until Golden State ran into them.
But here's the thing, right? So
I am gonna take care of
Jason Tatum is when he has off games. That's normally when Jaylen Brown goes off. Either they go off together or JT has a bad game and Jaylen Brown picks up the slack, right? Now that I don't know how long Jaylen Brown's gonna be down for, right? You're gonna have to leave it on Jay. Who else is gonna pick up the slack? Marcus Smart,
Marcus Smart's out right now.
Let me tell you the worst thing that can happen.
Malcolm Brogdon,
No, wait. Let me tell you the worst thing that can happen.
Al Horford.
Nah. Check me out. The worst thing that can happen is they make a face mask for Jaylen Brown.
That's what's gonna happen.
He's gonna put on the face mask. We know how players get when they put the mask on.
He's gonna get the mask. He's gonna probably miss maybe 3 weeks, and he's gonna come back and he's gonna play with a mask. But listen, like
it's gonna be crucial.
The Celtics are still nice without Jaylen Brown. They
They
find a way to get it off, bro.
Pritchard holds his weight like he could get you 12.
Right.
3 threes and a couple free throws. He could do that. And he plays.
I don't know. It's gonna be telling, man. Because I gotta see. Because you said it's an orbital fracture or is it a full facial?
Yeah. Cheekbone. Yep. Like he took an elbow right here.
That might, like Obi said, that might be like 3 weeks. And those 3 weeks is gonna be telling, man. We're gonna have to look at the record after these 3 weeks.
But let's be honest, right? We've seen Kobe play with a broken nose. We've seen LeBron play with a broken nose.
Look at the names that you're already saying, bro. Look at the names that you're saying.
I'm naming elite players, right?
These are generational talents.
Is it fair to give Jaylen Brown elite?
No.
Nah?
No. He hasn't done enough for a consistent amount of time to be
Listen,
elite.
if we give JT elite, we have to give Jaylen Brown.
Who said JT was elite?
He's not?
Not yet.
That's tough.
He's almost there, but he's not there yet.
I
gotta see more. Like I have to, because like on paper, Boston should have beat Golden State. That was JT's coming out party. That should have been it right there.
On paper, no, they shouldn't have.
On paper, they shouldn't have beat Golden State.
No,
that's cap. That's cap.
Yo, what? Kevon Looney, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, Steph Curry versus
nobody had Golden State coming out the West.
Timeout. That don't have nothing to do with it. We comparing one team versus another team. Boston's team. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Robert Williams, Marcus Smart.
No. Don't change the tone, because last year you was talking about Boston was one of the deepest teams in the East.
On paper, you talking about on paper. We talking about. I based that conversation was based off of what was actually happening. You said on paper. On paper, Boston don't look that good. They only was that good because they performed that well. But on paper, come on, bro.
On paper, because they were favored to win the series. Golden State wasn't even favored. On paper,
off of what they were doing in the season. On paper, though, when you see the rosters and line them up, Golden State all day.
Wasn't Boston getting busy in the rounds before the finals?
I think you're missing what I'm saying, bro. On paper, when you look at these rosters, when you line Boston,
where is everybody going? What the fuck is going on?
Nah, what I'm saying though, like when you have on paper and you look at them roster lineups, I'm like, damn, Boston might not really get a game in. You know what I mean? Like that, yeah. Golden State on paper, bro, they were strong, very strong last year. Boston was it just so happened Pritchard played well. What's the other man name? Light skinned dude, backup guard, I think a 2 guard for the
Boston. This year or last year?
He's here. He's still there this year, but last year too. That headband, big ass forehead.
Oh, you talking about Derek White?
Derek White, right? So when you see Derek White name, who the hell is this guy? You know what I mean? He wasn't supposed to. Well, he played above expectations last year. Al Horford played above expectations last year.
Right. So do you think that they can repeat that success with Jaylen Brown gone?
No. Listen.
So is Boston not
Right
going to
now,
slide while Jaylen Brown is
right
gone?
now, the scariest team is Philly.
Out the East or in the league?
Out the East.
Okay, I agree. I like
That
Obi
defense,
said,
bro.
Philly is criminally underrated.
That
But
defense is ridiculous.
I like the teams that are not talked about, because that means that you're not getting that much tape. You're not watching us. You're not looking at what we got going on. We're quietly sneaking up. And then when it comes time, in the crunch time, late in the end of the season or playoffs, now it's like it's Philly, you know what I'm saying? Or it's what was the team in Sacramento? Now
Mhm.
that you think that we're one and dones or it's a fluke, and we come in and we actually, we drop y'all. You know what I'm saying? I like watching those teams, and as much as because I follow Kevin Durant, so wherever he goes, I go, right? So I hated Philly and Brooklyn because I never saw a possible way of that team in Brooklyn beating Philly. I think we did it one year in the playoffs. I think we beat Philly one year. Or maybe that was somebody else that got rid of them before. I don't think we beat them or we never got a chance to see them because they got beat by somebody else. But
I think Milwaukee beat them to get to Brooklyn.
So it was always like, I don't want to see Philly.
No, Milwaukee swept us actually, like to get to Brooklyn.
No. I think you're mixing it up. Y'all got swept the bubble year. Not the bubble year. No, that was the year after.
Yeah,
that was the year after.
Which was
after y'all got swept.
Which was the year when KD stepped on the line.
No, the year after that was when KD stepped on the line. KD stepped on the line in 2020.
All right, so the Lakers won it in the bubble.
Oh no, that was the same year.
That was the same year. We got swept first round.
Yeah, and then we went to 7 with them in the second round. He stepped on the line. Damn, I wish he wouldn't have.
So who put Philly out?
Atlanta.
Damn sure did, because
Atlanta went to the Eastern Conference
and then
Finals.
they went to the Knicks and put the Knicks out.
Yep, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost to the Bucks.
Shouldn't even been there, fucking scrubs.
Yeah, so but now that KD is out of Brooklyn, I can actually give Philly their flowers. Philly is cooking, and I feel like James Harden was a key piece in them. Like James Harden now, knowing his role as a point guard, I feel like is much better than if they would have got Houston James Harden. If they would have got Houston James Harden, then this would have been an issue. It wouldn't have worked.
So this is the thing, right? A lot of people don't realize it as well. Like we are seeing James Harden transition into a point guard. You know what I mean? Like in Houston, he was still a 2 guard. You know what I'm saying? Then you
CP3.
Get rid of CP3. Now you got to be primary ball handler instead of 60%
because he had Westbrook.
Exactly. So now you got to handle the rock. So we basically see him go from a 2 guard to a 1, and what we're seeing right now from James Harden is not bad. It's not bad basketball. It's not, you know what I mean? It's working. Yeah. And honestly, I think this is what Brooklyn was hoping for when they brought him in, because they moved Kyrie to the 2, right?
Yeah, and this is what they got. This is because when the games, because they only played like 18 total games together, all 3 of them. But the games that they played were in. Harden and Kyrie said that they were having fun because Kyrie didn't have to be the primary. James Harden could be the facilitator, and it worked. You had KD, you can go this way to Kyrie, or if both of them are now, I can go 1-on-1 ISO at the top and take it myself. Or I can drive, get a foul, and 1. You know what I'm saying? We saw glimpses of this current Harden in Brooklyn. Whatever the case was, whether it was management, the injury, whatever the drama was in Brooklyn, that we didn't get to see the full potential of that Brooklyn team. Now, I think Harden got a taste of what he could be or what could happen when he plays basketball like that, and now he has a team that he can still do that with. He has Embiid now. He has Tobias Harris,
Matisse
also
Thybulle, Tyrese
Matisse
Maxey.
Thybulle, Tyrese Maxey.
That's
So
all out there, man.
he's got people that
PJ,
he can,
PJ Tucker.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like now we're seeing a Harden that is a team player because he has a team he can play with. In Houston, it was him and CP3, or it was him and Westbrook, and you really can't tell me who else was on those teams. PJ Tucker, that's about it. You
I
can't
mean,
really
I
tell me.
can tell you, but they really wasn't.
They wasn't. That's what I'm saying. They really wasn't factors.
Right,
They wasn't. They
Gordon,
wasn't.
Rob Covington.
They wasn't game breakers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they wasn't. Yeah,
And you during the season is enough to get into the playoffs, but when you got to see the same team for 7 games straight, if
and
you're lucky enough to
adjustments
get
get
to 7
made.
games, exactly, it's nothing you could do. And that's why we always saw Houston with an early exit or a second round exit. I think one time they made it to the conference finals and they ran into Golden State on a rampage.
And CP went down.
What happened?
And CP3 had went down.
Exactly. So it was just everything was shaped up for. I think that was the same year that they lost Kevin Durant and
In the finals. Yeah.
Yeah. Because So, but Philly is playing good basketball. I like Joel Embiid, and I think he got robbed, honestly, of the last 2 MVPs. Honestly, I think he should have got it over Jokic, personally. At least one for sure. But Jokic getting back-to-backs.
Did you see the Denver and Philly matchup? I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Philly cooked them. Philly cooked them. Philly cooked them.
Listen.
Embiid had a day.
Listen.
I think he had
Jokic,
almost 40.
Listen, Jokic is a problem, bro.
Jokic,
like with Embiid, you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get 30.
You don't know what you're gonna get with Jokic.
Gonna get 30 and 16, right? And maybe 4 blocks. But with Jokic, shit, bro, you probably get 22, 18, 15, and 2 blocks. You get what I mean? So it's like, bro, I can't jump. I'm not the fastest, but I'm controlling the game. I'm controlling the pace from the 5. You get that's tough. That's so tough.
I think if you put them in a one-on-one matchup, like Embiid shuts a lot of that down. Embiid forces the ball to come out of Jokic's hand and make somebody else run the offense.
Mm-hmm.
At that point,
Embiid is the better defender. Yeah, that's without a doubt. That's without a doubt.
But at that point, right? So, not taking anything away from Jamal Murray, but I don't think Jamal Murray is a run the offense consistently kind of guy because he's had Jokic to fall back on. Maybe you give him some time in the fire to learn how to do that, he becomes that guy. But if we're speaking right now, he's not a run the offense through me kind of guy. So as soon as you take the ball out of Jokic's hand and you eliminate half the game right there, at that point, now you can kind of manipulate and dictate what kind of game you're going to have as long as you continue. But then again, that would only happen if they was in the finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out in the West, though, I feel like, and me and Mel said this shit earlier, like last year when Denver played Golden State, Draymond Green was the guy that took the ball out of Jokic's hand.
I mean,
so there are people in the West that can do it.
Like they was doing Jokic so bad, bro. I was watching it and it was just they was doing it bad. Like it was calling a lot of BS fouls on him. You know what I mean? Like letting Draymond put hands on him any kind of way. Like I'm like, bro. And then I think the first 2 games was horrible for Denver. And the following after that, Jokic put up Jokic numbers.
Because Denver only won, I think, 1 game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they only got 1 game.
Yeah. But okay, so you see how you saying this for Jokic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where was this for KD when Boston was doing the same thing?
Boston, I mean,
Boston did
They
the
didn't get a
exact
game
same.
in, bro.
Boston did the exact same thing to Kevin Durant in that series, and they didn't take a day off and give them a game like they gave Jokic a game, or they called it fair, or they called it even, because the game that Denver won, Draymond was in foul trouble.
This is the thing, right? A lot of people want us to give that same grace and stuff to KD. No, I'm not gonna give that to you.
Why not?
Because you were getting foul calls for you. It ain't like you was just getting beat up and that was it. They wasn't calling shit for you. Nah, y'all was shooting free throws too.
One game he went to the line 18 times out of 4. One game. They was beating his ass the whole series.
But I'm not to just say he didn't shoot no free throws though. No, they were literally neck and neck with free throws taken, bro. As a team.
As a team, not as KD versus Boston. Like I said, one game KD went to the line double-digit times.
With Golden State and Denver, bro, it was just straight Golden State. It wasn't even Denver was getting anything. It was just straight Golden State.
In the game that Denver won, they called it fair, and Draymond was in foul trouble. And as a matter of fact, I think he fouled out that game, and Klay Thompson was also in foul trouble. They called it even. They didn't do any of those games even for Boston and Brooklyn.
With Boston and Brooklyn, like it was just. I don't know why y'all wasn't believing me, but I was telling y'all the Nets were not making it out anyway because they had no defense. You could put up 100, you could put up 130 points, but if the team you playing against put up 132, you lose. Like that was the only downfall Brooklyn had last year. They could not stop anybody for scoring. Nobody. They couldn't stop nobody from scoring. You didn't have the same Nick Claxton you got this year, who's leading the league in blocks or top 3 in blocks.
He's leading the league in blocks.
He's leading. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have that same Nick Claxton last year. So it's like.
But you also didn't have a whistle either. The whistle, and we know the whistle makes a hell of a difference.
It do. But what I'm saying, like they was shooting even numbers free throw wise. Like Boston was shooting the same amount as Nets.
But they weren't calling it for KD. That's what I'm trying to get you to. And the same way that you was explaining it for how they was doing Jokic is exactly how they was doing Durant. But Durant doesn't get the same favor in speaking when it becomes like they was doing the same thing to Jokic. Jokic is like, oh, they was doing Jokic dirty. They was blah, 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 blah. Was they not doing KD dirty?
No.
And how was they not doing KD dirty?
Because it was a clear marginal difference between fouls, free throws taken with Denver and Golden State. It was a clear marginal difference. Golden State, but like it was clear.
You act like Kevin Durant is the entire Brooklyn Nets team.
What you're doing, like you're with Denver, it was no free throws being shot at all with these guys, like at all. And the way they was playing them, you like, bro, what? But with Boston and Brooklyn, both teams was going to the line 20 plus times a game.
But it wasn't KD. That's the point.
All right. Okay. So the difference was it wasn't nobody on Denver going to the line. It was nobody. So okay, if you only got one person not going to the line on Brooklyn, like, yeah, I'm not gonna show him the same love. Like the rest of your team, that's not on you. That's not on KD. That's on your team. The rest of your team has to step up. If y'all shooting the same amount of free throws, that means somebody's missing. Nick Claxton, he was missing a hell of a lot. That's on you, bro. You're getting to the line. You're getting these opportunities to come away. And I think 3 of the 4 games was decided by 2 possessions.
Like, no, it was the first game was. The second game was. They were all close until they wasn't. So when I say that,
right. That's what I'm saying. They was in the game all the way into like the last 30 seconds, where you just had to keep fouling. You had to keep fouling, and they was knocking free throws.
But that was because of Kyrie, Seth Curry, because the way they were allowing Boston to play defense on KD never hit more than 5 field goals, I think, in one game in that series. And I think he was like 5 for 13 or 5 for 17 or some shit like that. So you had to rely on, I think Kyrie put up like 30, maybe he put up 40 one night. You had Seth Curry, who was hurt, they threw him in there. But if you're gonna say you gotta say they did Denver dirty then, not just Jokic.
Because they did Denver dirty.
Yeah, and if you say they did Jokic dirty, I'm gonna use the same argument at the same time. They did Durant the same way. It's got to be.
They did Denver bad.
They did Denver bad.
Yeah, they did Denver bad.
They did the whole team bad.
Yeah, they did the whole team bad.
But
that's why, like, I'm not giving no grace for KD. Y'all was shooting free throws, like that's your teammate. It's got to step up.
The Nets. You gotta put that in. The Nets was shooting free throws, not necessarily KD.
That's what I'm saying. Your teammates got to step up. But when y'all want that mercy for them, you can't give them that mercy.
I mean, they give a lot of these players a lot of mercy, and I hate it because the argument is never the same. They always move the goalposts when it comes to Kevin Durant, and I don't know why.
Because you have people. Do you think he's the greatest basketball player in the world?
No,
he's not the greatest basketball player in the world.
Not right now. No.
What? Who is?
The fan in me says yes. It's Kevin Durant. Because Kevin Durant is crazy. He's
I need your honest answer. Isn't he not the best player in the world?
To me, yeah.
Okay, then that's why he's not getting no goalpost move for him. The same thing happened with LeBron. For the fans of LeBron, they go
no. I'm saying, hold on. I'm saying that they do move the goalpost for Kevin Durant.
Exactly when you consider yourself. Well, not yourself, but when you're getting a lot of talk about you being the greatest basketball player in the world, you're gonna get a lot of leeway for fuck ups taken away. You get what I mean? So even if your team is playing horrible, but you having an amazing night, you're still responsible for your team's poor performance by default because you are the best player in the world. You're supposed to be able to do this. You're supposed to be able to do that. But we know how it goes. That's not real life how it is, but that's how it's expected.
KD doesn't get that leeway though. LeBron gets that leeway. Whatever team LeBron is on wins. LeBron had an amazing game. LeBron contributed to the team's win. Whatever team LeBron is on, LeBron plays and they lose. It's everybody else's fault but LeBron's, right? But if we say, I ain't
gonna say that, bro. I can't say that. You know why?
You might not be able to say that, but
I witnessed this man get crucified when we lost to Dallas the first year. It was damn near worse when we lost to San Antonio the fourth year. Like I could tell you exactly why we lost to the Mavericks the first year. Chris Bosh couldn't catch a fucking pass to save his life. Man, he was setting perfect play calls, bro. Dwayne Wade hit him on a pick and roll. He fumbling the ball, gets turned over. Kawhi takes that shit up the court. Manu scores. That's really how it kept going. He just could not hold on to the ball, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, not Kawhi. Jason Terry or somebody will pick his pockets and take off the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like he could not hold on to the ball for nothing. But people gonna say LeBron choked. All they remember is, oh, you got cramps in the playoff game. You the GOAT. Nah, he got crucified. Anytime you get considered the best player in the league, you gonna get crucified. I'm surprised he not still getting crucified for giving up a 3-1 lead to LeBron. They put that more on Steph though.
Who gave up a 3-1 lead?
The Golden State. They put that more on Steph though than they do KD.
KD wasn't on that team.
He wasn't on that team?
No. The year that Golden State gave up 3-1 to Cleveland, was the same year that was his last year in OKC when he gave up 3
Damn
years ago.
sure. Yeah, because they came back. Even that, you was up 3-1 against against the Warriors, and you let them come back.
And they blamed KD for that.
But he ain't getting crucified for that.
He did get crucified.
I rarely hear people bring that up again. When we talk about KD, I rarely hear people bring that up. But anytime it's a LeBron talk, you're gonna bring up Mavericks. You're gonna bring up the Spurs. You're gonna bring up the Warriors.
Yeah. So no, I've heard KD get crucified for that, but you got to understand. Hey, hello.
What's good?
Yo,
Man?
man, welcome back, man.
You hear KD get crucified for that all the time, and I'm an OKC fan. I watch. Hold on. I watched that series. I watched that series, and if anybody needs to be crucified for blowing that lead to Golden State, it is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook.
He wasn't the best player on the team. They're not gonna point the finger at him.
Russell Westbrook tried to play hero ball those last 5 games, and he took the ball out of KD's hands. He iced KD. He iced the role players that they had. Thabo Sefolosha, Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams, Nick Collison. He iced everybody, and then that's when we started seeing Brick House Westbrook or Westbrick. You know what I'm saying? That was the beginning of it because he wanted to be the guy. He got selfish. You know what I'm saying? So, but because KD is who he is, and what KD did after that season by going to Golden State, KD gets the heat for. You'll always hear in conjunction with when the Thunder blew a 3-1 lead, it was KD blew a 3-1 lead. I've heard it every time. I've never heard anybody else say anything about anybody else on that team, but KD blew that lead.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the reason that's happening is because he's that good. When you're the best player on your team, you're gonna have to take everything that come with it, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? So that's just by default the scrutinization. But for real, bro, like I rarely hear people bring that up. Like Mel, do you hear people bring up when we talk about mishaps in Kevin Durant's career? How many people bring up when they blew the lead against the Warriors the year before he went to them?
A lot of people.
A lot of people?
Yeah, they say you blew a 3-1 lead and joined the team that beat you.
I told you, bro. And they always point at KD and forget that Westbrook was terrible that series.
Well, that's what happens when you getting considered the best player in the world.
At the time, he wasn't even considered the best player in the world, though.
Nah,
that still was.
Nah, that was.
Hold on, did Kyrie say that in a tweet?
Yeah, no, he said that in the interview.
Oh, he got interviewed after the trade?
Yeah, I think it was after the Mavericks game. They was like, KD got traded to
No, the trade happened like well after the Mavericks game was over with. Oh no, I'm not saying nothing on Twitter besides that one tweet he put up an hour ago. But if he did pop out an interview, but I mean they bros, and KD wanted Kyrie to get a bag wherever it came from because he deserved it.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Brooklyn Nets the Nets organization ain't gonna be nothing until they go back to Jersey, and that's real talk. Should have never went to Brooklyn.
Until they do right by KD and Kyrie, it's just gonna be like San Francisco and Colin Kaepernick, man. Karma is
Atlanta and Vic, like
Karma is a B with big T.
when these people gonna learn, man?
You can't do people like that, man. Come on, man. God don't like ugly, bro. You gotta do right by people, man. Like you see LA treat Kobe right on the way out, knowing he couldn't bring them no more rings. They gave him a contract his last 3 years after the Achilles. I want to say, it was before. It was before, but he knew that
It was the same year he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, the winning was over, and they knew it. But they was like, we gonna keep Kobe here. They didn't say, man, we about to cut you or trade you or doing that like that, man. We gonna let a champ go out like a champ. We gonna let a superstar go out like a superstar. Even LeBron James right now, we gonna let a superstar go out like a superstar. You ain't got us no playoff berth in 2 years. First round exit year before last. They still doing right by him.
Hey man, we still got UD on the roster.
Who?
Udonis
We
Haslem.
still got OG Udonis Haslem.
Facts. That's how you run an organization. Pat Riley know what he doing.
Yeah.
You know what he doing. He got these clowns. Your star player tweeted something, and instead of you calling him and say, "Hey, yo, bro,
Delete it.
delete this real quick, man. We gonna see if we can get a PR team to fix this up because this could go left." Instead of doing that, you said, "I'm go. You know what? I'm gonna tweet as the owner. I'm gonna tweet and bring attention to this and tell on my player, because we're not on the same team." You get what I'm saying? Like, and I for the life of me, I really do believe that they really thought that they was devaluing him so much and doing all that to the point where they was going to get him for cheap. It really felt like Stephen A. Smith and the front office of the Brooklyn Nets was in a cahoots together to degrade Kyrie Irving for the purpose of getting him on a cheap contract. He just kept saying, look, don't give him no money. You can't trust him, blah, blah, blah. And the Brooklyn Nets like, we can run with that. If everyone believed you can't trust him, nobody would want him. And then we go be able to sign him from anything. And we can put him in a contract where we control him. Like, you ain't going to have no freedom, right? Because we going to put so many stipulations in that contract. You ain't never going to sit out a game. If you don't play 70 games, you ain't going to get no guaranteed money. Like, they was trying to handle him like that, man. Bruh. Ain't no way, man.
And do people like you say, can't do people like that. And this is the thing. He didn't do wrong. Like, the games he missed was their fault.
They suspended him.
Game he missed was their fault.
Yep.
I think
except the one where he went to his sister's birthday party.
I think the 2 weeks he missed right before COVID, but that was because he was going through he said he just needed some off time. It wasn't even 2 weeks.
It was the January 6th insurrection.
That's when it was. Yeah.
He missed some time for that. But look, we got examples of that's another thing nobody should have known about that either. Like as a front office, you come in and you cover your player, you handle it in-house. The reason why they knew that something was wrong with him not being there is because Steve Nash got asked it in an interview, and he was like, I don't know what Kyrie's at. He didn't tell. No one told me anything.
Man, that's like, imagine you call out of work for a personal issue, like, hey man, I gotta take my kids, right? And they get on the speaker at work and be like, let me tell y'all what Mel just, come on, man.
Yeah. So all of that was the front office. We go tell the media on Kyrie so the media can whoop him. Whose team are y'all on? Are y'all on Kyrie's team or not?
And I gotta pay him.
Yo, man, it's the poorest ran. Like, this might be worse than the Knicks, bro.
You should have never went to Brooklyn. Like when Jay-Z took the Nets to Brooklyn, I was, for what?
It sound good.
It didn't even sound good.
It definitely sounded good. It sounded good, man. It sounded good, man.
It sound good, bro.
It sounded good. They went to the black and white. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shoot, man. Hey.
Jay-Z don't even go to the games no more.
Man, he sold his stake. Jay-Z is.
He knew exactly what he was. It was a flip.
Yeah.
It was a flip. That's it.
Yeah. I think they paid him some money up front. Because remember, it was also they gentrified an area. They got a bunch of black people up out of there, and they fixed it up. And Jay-Z was very instrumental in that. Like so. Mm-hmm. It is what it is, man. But hey, man, we about to hit 2 hours, man. I just went and did my Kyrie stream. Y'all go watch that, man. Yeah, go watch that one. Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up and a like, man. Hey man, everybody hit the thumbs up when y'all watch this, man, because people don't be hitting the thumbs up, man. Y'all trash with the like button, man. That helps, man. Y'all got to hit the like button.
The like button when you come in, man. That's the first thing.
Yeah, I don't be asking for no money or nothing like that, man. But dang, man, hit the like button. That jump free. That jump real free, and a comment is free. It don't even cost you that.
Right.
All right, man. I'll catch y'all next time, fella. Hey, man,
Till
get on your
next time,
mic
y'all.
next time. Don't be laying up on the couch like a mermaid trying to do no live, man. Messing my live up.
I'm gonna be on the mic. Like I said, it's late, and the wifey and the son, they in the room, so I had to grab what I could.
Yeah.
Got the mic. I didn't want to go back in and
Yeah. Get ready, man. We'll talk though.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.